This is Lou's Golf and Fish Club.
All right, now we're back with part two. We're gonna backtrack just a hair and recap a little bit more of the Blue Ridge Shadows tournament, golf tournament, in the Quiet Creek.
Yep.
We forgot to mention Blue Ridge Shadows tournament. Allen's close to the pin was very, very close to a hole-in-one. You weren't there.
Is it a record?
It's probably the closest. I mean, it was 3 feet, I think.
Yeah.
But the group in front of us, they were like on the tee box, and it's like above, like that. You've been there. Like that, the shot is like uphill.
Straight up.
Whatever it is, 170, 180, something. 180, but the play is like 200 probably. I think you get like a hybrid of some sort, and so you can't really see you see it hit, but you can't see if it goes there or not. You can see the flag, but you saw them like, oh, and they're like, oh, like, dude, they're so close. And they said it like literally like lipped, like right by it. So he almost holed out, and he almost had hole-in-one for the close to 10. So that was really sick.
Damn.
And yeah, so I definitely wanted to mention that. That was definitely a cool moment. We were talking about that at the Gauntlet tournament. They were still talking about it. Like,
dude, I've seen Allen hit some crazy shots. I mean, we played at Forest Greens. I don't know, probably 5-6 years ago, and he was like 200 yards out and stuck within like 2 feet. And I'm like, oh my god, dude! I thought I was going in the hole. Like,
yeah, I'm surprised he doesn't have a hole-in-one yet.
His approaches are
he'll
nasty.
probably get one soon. And then you were wanting to run back to Quiet Creek. We were talking about you and Chris fishing. It was so hot, dude. It was so miserably hot.
So like I said, we went in the creek to catch our limit. So when we were in the creek, we saw I don't know. I think Murtha was actually the first in there because I was like right on his ass, like trailing him down. He's like, "Come on, dude, back off." And I was like, "It's a tournament, man. Like, whatever. You'll be all right. You'll be all right,
Cutthroat out here, boy.
So he's like rolling in, and I was like, all right, whatever. I'm just gonna let him go. I just want to fish like this little point right here on this like lily pad like point, and then here comes freaking Vaughn and his brother, and I'm like, bro, go on, man, like get on off the river. And so they go like past me. And this is a no wake zone. He's like freaking waking me, and I'm like, all right, dude, whatever, keep going. So I'm like, all right, well, everybody should be in. Because, I mean, I saw, like, 2 or 3 boats go, like, way up river. And I'm like, all right, screw it. So we start fishing this little point, and we're, like, casting there. And I see this dock, and I'm like, all right, well, let's go fish this dock. And as soon as I start coming towards this dock, here comes Wayne. And I'm like, really, dude? Like, is there anybody else coming to this freaking cove? Like,
we passed you, too.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we passed you.
I'm like, what in the world, dude?
We left Wayne. Because Wayne, yeah, go ahead. But so I'll talk about our story first. But we were with Wayne for a little bit, and then we had just branched off of him past you, and then I guess you started going up that way, like you were saying towards that.
Yeah, I figured you guys were like the last ones.
Yeah, we're the slowest,
and we're like the way a quiet works. You come in this creek, and then you make a sharp bend, and you go back up in, and so forth. But here comes Wayne, and my buddy Chris is like, "Are you really gonna cut him off like that?" And I was like, dude, it's a freaking tournament. Like, I don't give a shit. Like, whatever.
You've been staring at the dock for 5-10 minutes.
I've been fishing this whole like. I mean, the current's coming this way. That's going back out to the main river, and here comes Wayne just slowly coming up, and he's like looking at me like, really, dude, really? Okay. So you're gonna like just cut me off? And I'm like, it was super awkward because I made one cast and it was a super far cast at the dock, and Wayne looked at me like, dude, like, we're gonna fight after this. Like, I'm gonna whoop your ass. Like, what are you doing?
That's so funny.
And then Chris is looking at me like, bro, that was kind of, I don't know, it's kind of shady. I don't know if I would have done that.
Really?
Yeah. And so Wayne comes up and he's like, well, I mean, if you're gonna fish the dock, go ahead and fish the dock. Like, where do you want me to fish? You want to fish over here? You want to fish over here? And I'm like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. I guess I'll just fish the dock and you can have this bank. He's like, you just fished that whole freaking bank, didn't you? So we're like about to get in like this huge argument. And I'm like, bro, like, I'm sorry.
Competition.
And then to top that off, we're out after I already went out to the point and I came back. Wayne comes back to the bridge where I just caught like a freaking 2.5 pounder, biggest fish of the day.
Yeah.
And he comes right over to me, and I'm like, how you doing out here today? And he's like, oh man, I got a big bag today. I'm like, okay, dude, I'm sure you do.
Yeah, he always says that.
So he starts coming over towards me, and he's like talking. He's like, well, you want me to cut you off? You want me to cut you off? And I'm like, dude, you can have the whole thing, dude. I said, we already got our limit. Like, do whatever you want to do.
We already got our limit in here. We're good.
It's so funny, like the tension. It was like, it wasn't like, it wasn't meant to happen, but it's just the way it happened. I don't
know. Yeah, he texted me or something. He was like, Aaron's rude or something like that. I was like, tournament, baby. Get the blood boiling.
Yeah, I mean, it's just tournament fishing, man. You know, sometimes you're fishing on top of each other, and sometimes you're spread out.
That's funny hearing your side of it now. He told us a little bit of that. He kind of said pretty much similar. Like you kind of. We
collided. Yeah. It was like, I don't know where to go. Like, this bank's not working, so I'm going to go to that bank and try that bank because there's a dock there.
Yeah, and y'all were fishing when we passed you.
Yeah.
And you've been sitting there staring at the dock waiting for everyone to go by. And you're like, all right.
I mean, 3 boats passed us. Like, there was what, 7 boats in that tournament? 8 boats?
Yeah, I think it was 8.
So I'm like, all right. So the other few boats already went out, so there can't be much left. I mean,
yeah, it might have been 7 actually.
Wayne's boat's faster than mine, so he should have been the first one in there.
Yeah, well, that's the perfect lead into my story. Right at the end of like the marina area where it goes to like that buoy.
Yeah,
right there. He was like, "Is this all like no wake?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm not really sure. It kind of goes in and out, doesn't it? Like." Once you get out,
yeah, you got to go way back in there, but yeah, it goes
like when you come out of the marina, it goes to that that buoy where you like go around the grass and stuff.
Yeah,
he's like, "Is this no wake?" I was like, "Oh, I don't know. Like it kind of goes in and out. You just gotta read the signs." He's like, "Oh, like thanks." He's like, "Okay, well, that's no wake," and he like guns it. He's right next to us, and he has a 40, and I have my little 14-foot John boat, and he almost flipped us, dude. He almost, like, it was like, Brandon, luckily, we had the motor running, so Brandon, like, turned the boat and hit the wake, like, pretty good. But if he would have gone sideways, dude, it could have been really bad. Yeah. Like, we could have easily fallen in or gotten the whole, like, everything in the water. Like,
that's the problem.
Like, dude, really? Like,
that's the problem with bass trackers, dude. Like, bass trackers, like, a lot of people hate that, like, we put off such a big wake, but we put off a bigger wake when we're starting to get on plane. But when we're on plane, it's not that bad.
Yeah, well, that starting one.
Yeah, the starting of a 40 is like, I mean, they're like 3 to 4 footers.
Yeah, I think you realized later because I was kind of pissed. I was like, dude, really? Like, you almost literally sunk our boat right here at the marina, pretty much.
Well,
come on, dude.
We launched out of what's it called?
Oh, it was
Willows Creek, Willows Landing,
Willows Landing.
So the problem with the way Willows Landing works is, like, when you come out of the boat ramp, everything looks good to go left to go into the creek, but you actually have to go out, follow your channel markers, and then come back in.
Yeah. So we were like almost to the end. He was like, "Is it no wake?" I was like, "I don't know." Like,
it's no wake.
Read the signs. I don't know.
It's no wake, like, up towards that, like, that first set of docks, I think. And then from the first set of docks to the bridge, that's all no wake. And then after you get past that, I think that's like Hope Springs or something like that. And then from there on to the point, it's all wide open. But
yeah, he's like, okay, well, whatever, and slammed it, and like really like side by side. And enough. We were enough space where Brandon had enough time to like turn the boat, but it was definitely sketchy. But yeah, then he like came up to us.
Yeah.
As we're going into the creek, and I was like,
who's the guy that fishes with Jackson, John?
Oh, Jimbo. Dude, he lost.
Jimbo. I'm so sorry. I feel for you, bud. But yeah, he was fishing next to us when we were at the bridge when I caught my good sized bass, and I guess he was trying to run his GoPro footage back, and he lost a $600 setup.
Yeah,
like a G Loomis with I don't know what else on it.
Yeah,
but
that sucks.
I think I still don't know like what happened. I don't know if he went back out and found it on Live Scope or what. But
he lost it out there.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
See, I thought he lost it like back in the creek somewhere or something.
No, because he was saying like he was like showing his like GoPro footage back, and he was trying to figure out like where it was on the boat, when it was off the boat, and like trying to figure out like in between like where he was.
Yeah.
And dude,
yeah, I've actually been
that
a little bit scared of that since that happened. Like now, like I'm always looking at my making sure nothing's falling in the water because it can definitely happen quick. Like
yeah,
you're stepping, like moving, and like you set something down, it just like slides off, and like just you're doing something, just you don't even notice.
I mean, like my buddy Dave, when we fished out of Leesylvania, I told him, I was like, make sure like all your rods are strapped down, because it's super choppy out there. Like I've seen 3 to 4 footers on the Potomac, and I mean I've seen rods just go flying off the boat.
Yeah,
and I mean it's definitely shitty, but
yeah, that sucks, dude. Oh yeah, $600 rod. Well, I had 2 rods stolen. I don't know if I ever talked about that on the podcast, but I had 2 rods.
The
Shenandoah, which we've been going there since I was like 14 years old. Mm-hmm. Same campsite. We've always just left stuff in the canoes and trying to just like everyone minds their own business. So we camped there with my brother Brandon, and Blake, my nephew. Got done fishing.
And your guard dog Griffey.
And Griffey, guard dog. And we fished and then left the stuff in the crawdad boat. We were going to go down, eat, and come back and catfish. Like we've always done that. Just left stuff there. Like no one ever bothers it. And then Blake and I came up about a couple hours later, and my 2 spinning rods were gone. Like everything was on the boat.
And Mirtha always told you.
Looking good. And I didn't even notice because we were catfishing. And then when we went to leave, I was grabbing the rods, and I'm like, "Where are my spinning rods?" I'm like looking around, like,
"Yeah,
really? Like, did someone steal them? Like, did I drop them? Like, what happened to the spinning rods?" I guess I stole them. But when we were eating, it was like dark, completely dark, and there was 2 kayakers coming down like the opposite side, came on the rapids and like stayed on that side, and we're definitely kind of like not making much noise, and we kind of were like, are people like kayaking? And, like I shined the headlamp out there. I was like, yeah. I was like, it might have been them, but yeah.
If you like the fishing rods and you're watching, I mean, hope you enjoy them. But
I hope you guys catch your.
Don't be like that guy.
I hope you guys catch your personal best.
Yeah.
Fish on those rods, and maybe come out to a Lewis tournament, one day. But yeah, that sucked. So I've gotten one replacement. I replaced one of them. I got the Shimano, the like $80, $90 spinning rod, spinning reel. Here's the name of it now. But the rod is a St. Croix Triumph 6.6 medium. Yeah.
St. Croix aren't cheap.
Yeah, it was like $100.
Yeah,
and the reel was like 80. So that replaced the I had a Daiwa Fuego reel and HMX Fenwick HMX rod that got stolen. The other one that got stolen was it's like a Walmart special. It was like a Vengeance, Boo Garcia Vengeance, and Shimano
rod.
Nevaxe, and Nevaxe. It's a weird name. I don't know how to say that.
Sounds right.
Nevaxe. But yeah, so we got a couple new rods in the bag these days. All right, so now
on to the next topic.
We'll get to the next topic here.
We got the founder of Lew's, and then we got the fishing ops of Lew's, golfing and Gauntlet together.
Oh, yeah,
our first tournament together.
I didn't know where you were going with that, but yes, we partnered up for the first time ever in a golf or any tournament, I think, and we actually did pretty good.
It was funny. I think it was either like the second or third hole. I made like a 30-foot putt, and like pretty much the whole day Justin was leading with the putt.
30-foot. It was a good. It was a decent.
My bad. Like 10 feet. No, it's like 25, 20, 30 feet.
It was a decent birdie look, but it wasn't. It
was a long putt.
Yeah, we didn't expect to really make it, but you did make it. Nice birdie putt. Got us to 1 under at one point. We were rolling, dude.
Justin was so hyped. He was like, "Oh, we got this in the bag. Let's go! Like we got a chance." And I'm like, it's still early yet,
Yeah, you were putting really good on the front, dude. You definitely had some really good lag putts. Made one. Lag putts definitely helped a lot.
My drives from Myrtle Beach to the Gauntlet trip were interesting to say the least.
Yeah, you weren't driving it great, which
No,
I was hitting through. It just made me hit Thruwood all day, which is probably better for me anyway.
Yeah.
I don't think I really.
I felt bad. I was like, this guy can't freaking open up and freaking hit a driver. I'm like, all right, just
probably better
settle.
I hit my Thruwood just as far as my driver for the most part, especially when it was dry like that.
Yeah.
And I hit it lower and it just runs out more. We played pretty good though. What did we in that? I forget. 2 or 3 over. I think we're like 3 over, 4 over.
Yeah.
Total. We didn't place in the top 3, but
that's 4th.
It was 4th. We were 4th. We were just out of the out of the money.
Once again,
results.
Can't get it in fishing. Can't get it in golfing. Figure it out.
The results. Here we go. Actually, no, we did. We did place. We tied for 3rd.
Hey.
Yeah, we were. We shot 68 minus 4 with our strokes.
How many people tied for 2nd?
2 people. 2 teams tied for 2nd. 2 teams tied for 3rd. So it was 3rd place was 4 under 68. That was with strokes. And then 2nd place was, this is 2-man scramble.
Yeah.
Blue Ridge Travs was 2-man scramble as well. But yeah, and then 2nd place was Englehart and Beer, 6 under 66. Cook, Fred Lake, 6 under 66. And then 1st place was Alan and Brandon were 7 under.
Once again, 65. Alan and Brandon strike again.
Yeah.
Didn't I think Brandon made a long putt, right?
They made, yes, a few putts. I think they were 5 under, straight up 5 under, and 7 under last tournament.
Yeah.
So,
and then Brandon got longest putt, right? He won the putt contest.
Yeah, Brandon won putting contest.
Yeah.
And then Stronco won longest drive, and him and McKenzie tied us for 3rd at 4 under. And then McKenzie, his partner, was close to the pin, which was 11 feet 3 inches.
Justin picked the worst hole for longest drive. It was like a bunker right in the dead center of the fairway.
It was the only par 5 that was straight. All other par 5s are like dog legs or like there's weird stuff going on.
I hit like a crazy draw like off to the left side of the rough because I was like, I do not want to be in that bunker because that bunker is like still like 200 yards out. I'm like, nope, not doing that.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a fun tournament. It was hot again. But
you hit that I think, what was it? Was it on that hole? I think it was on that hole. You hit like a 3-iron. Remember that? And you hit just like the back of the green. We were like 230 out.
Yeah. I flew over the green.
I was like, bro, that's a perfect shot. It's dead center of the green. We get up to the green, no balls found. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
We went to like the back of the rough, like on like the edge of like the grass line, and found his ball. And I'm like, really, dude?
Yeah.
Like you just hit a 3-iron, like 250? Like what?
Yeah, it was definitely a flyer.
Insane
for sure. It had to do with the rough wind or something, but yeah, I hit it. We're like, let's go, like right at it. I think it hit like pin high or something. And probably just bounced through,
off. Yeah,
bounced through. It was definitely hard. Like the ground was hard. I mean, we didn't have rain for a month straight. It was like everything was just like you hit the club on the ground, like and trying to put the tee in the ground.
Oh my god, dude! Yeah.
Like,
yeah, if you ever go through a drought and you're trying to put your tee in the ground, bring like a little like teeny tiny hammer, just ting 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 ting. Like,
dude,
be all right
for real. Yeah, that was a good tournament. That was yeah, dude. That's what 3 tournaments. 1, 2, 3. About to have a 4th one.
Yeah.
Then have a 5th one. Rolling.
But we finally got some rain. The drought is over. I think
today is
the 13th of
July 13th.
Yep.
Yep.
We got hammered with rain on the 12th in the evening. Yeah, it's. I feel like it's probably been at least a month since we've had like a solid rain. We've had like a little like light rainstorm here and there, but yeah.
I can talk about our night fishing.
Yeah.
Real quick, in a few minutes before we gotta cut it, do a part 3. But
I wasn't
it's been
there
so
for
hot. It's been so hot that you can't really do much during the day.
Yeah.
You have to either go super early or super late to get any activity. Fishing and golf, it's like so hot. So Brandon and I decided to try some night fishing. which we've done before, but it's like perfect. It's like when else?
It was dude. It
When else are they
was
gonna
so
bite?
ideal.
Yeah, so we went out and found the local lake, found a nice point with the current.
It's like a channel going to the
channel,
side, and then channel going to the other
channel,
side. Yeah.
point,
Mm-hmm.
rock pile, log, and we probably caught like 30 on just like big worms, big Texas rig, like 10-inch worms, just and like shaky heads, stuff like that.
What was your smallest?
I don't know what the smallest was, but the biggest was 4.5 pounds, and we probably caught like 10 or so that were like 3 pounds and 3
that's
pound
awesome.
range.
It's good. Good night of fishing.
Yeah, a bunch of twos, that kind of stuff. Caught a ton of fish. We tried some other spots. We caught some on another spot, but we kept coming back to there.
Yeah.
We were out there from like, I think we got out there like 10 or 11 at night.
Yeah.
Maybe 11:30. And then we were out there till like 4 or 5. Like the sun was creeping up, like 5. Yeah, we stayed out there all night.
The moment you realize the sun's coming up, you're like,
yeah,
we should probably go home now.
Yep, that's how we were feeling. We're like, ooh, like when the boat was getting on the trailer, it was pretty much like, it was like 5:30.
Yeah.
Got home, took a nice nap, and
got out for the next day.
Got ready for work on Monday. But yeah, I mean, it was definitely worth it though. Like this time of year when it's hot like that, just water temperatures are crazy. Like I've heard that too. Like that night, like right around midnight to like 3 a.m. when there's like it's the coolest part of the day it's ever gonna be.
Yeah,
it drops pretty much no matter what. It just helps. I think this time of year just gets them a little more active and yeah.
So I'm hoping this rain does next tourney.
Yeah, it was fun though, dude. Just big worms, just toss them out on this point, and just like pretty much the whole point. Like we were catching them mostly close to the log, but like yeah, and it kind of gave me a better idea of how those ledges and like channels and stuff, points and all that stuff work, which I think is gonna help hopefully this weekend.
How deep is that point? You remember?
Up by the log, it's like 8-10 feet, and then like off the log, it's like 25, 15. Yeah, it's like awesome. Boom, and they kind of like it's a lot of like rocks kind of up and down.
In there, yeah.
The point comes out, and the current, the river channel's right there.
Yeah,
it's awesome. Great little spot. All right, so we'll I guess do another part 3.
Part 3, baby.
All right, here we go.